I'm working an old ridge today. It's got an old logging road on it. And it goes between these farms. And it's kind of growed up. And it's a hot one too. But I did find a good old artifact here today. And plus some good old shotgun shells. So, stick around. Guys, before I get started, everybody asks me, what do you use? I'm using an Equinox 600. Not an 800, but a 600. Because I don't plan on finding much gold. That's the reason I didn't get an 800. And what I'm using is a Garrett pointer, all terrain. And yes, they're both waterproof. Now that reads like a shotgun shell. 12 to 15, no variation besides that. Right in the middle of this old road. There she popped. Shotgun shell. See what that one is. Well, there it is. I can't tell what it is. Looks like an HV on the bottom, high velocity. I don't know what that is till I clean it up better at the house. I can't read it. Can't read it. All right, clean up my mess and moving on. That shows a 10, and then it jumps up to 23, so I don't know. A little bit of iron. Who knows what's laying on this ridge? Now I don't read nothing. Angry rocks. I mean, that thing's reading funny. Listen to that. Now it's reading right. Reset it. A pile of rock here. Well, there you go. Whatever that is. Clean it up here. Does that look like an old axe head to you? See where it's been braided? On top up here? And there's where the wood went through it and it's split open? Man, that's an old one then. It's been abused. I've never seen one split open like that, if that's what that is. Old axe. What about that? See if there's any more of it. No, that's it. That is something old. Right up under them rocks too. Whatever that is. All right, we're moving on. Man, you could sure sweat yourself to death up here. It's got to be over 90 degrees up in these old woods. But you can see this old road bed here I'm working. It's kind of sneaky, so I'm trying to take it easy. Moving on. Guys, right there is a 36. Listen to tone. 38. Water tone. That sounds like, that's like a silver tone or something. We'll see what this is. I'm on an old road top of this ridge. It's growed up so bad. That's where I found that out. Now, I get excited. That's some kind of can lid, it looks like. Let me lay this over here. Well, I had my hopes up for maybe a coin. An old can top, but why it reads so high, I couldn't tell you. The metal content in it, it's about rusted away. Oh well, we're going to abandon it. Had my hopes up. You can see this or not in this sun, this shade shadows. But see, it's right, I'm right in between these three rocks. Looks like a perfect place for an old fire pit. Just a natural place for a fire pit. And I got a signal in it. So I'm gonna set it down here. And we'll see what we can find, if you can see it. That's a 26 with some iron all the way up to a 33. My guess is probably an old can lid or something. Somebody had a fire. Don't dig up no snakes. So I'm getting a good target down here. Well, there you go. If you can see it or not. It's old pieces of a can. See the ring around it? I'd say this is a natural place to build a little fire and fix you something to eat. Camping out a long time ago. Well, I'm gonna bury it back. That's all it's in it. Okay, my guess was right on that one. That looked like a place to build a little fire. All right, moving on. Now there's a 16 to a 20. Acts like a bull. Let's get down here. Between these rocks. Well, there's part of an old shotgun shell. Just the outline of one. Here it is. Shotgun shell, what's left of it. Let's see what that is. I mean, ain't nothing left of this one. Here's no Winchester Super Speed. Just going up this old game trail, just above the road. All right, we're gonna move on. Well, there's a 14 to a 12. Jumps up to an 18 with a little iron in it. Let's see what that is. I don't know it. It might be a shotgun shell, but you just never know in these old woods. I'm on an old ridge top. That wasn't nothing but a little old centipede. It won't hurt nothing. Not that tight. Over here. There she popped. Shotgun shell. Looks like a 16 gauge. Let's see what that one is. There you go, if you can read it. Remington Express. It's not that old. It looks old, but it ain't got the metal in it them real old ones does. That could be 40, 50 years old. Remington Express 16 gauge. All right. Clean up my mess and moving on. Guys, you probably can't see this worth the crap on this phone, but I'll show it to you. These squirrels are absolutely tearing this tree up. Tearing all these trees up. Look here. And them little bitty hickory nuts, pig nuts. I mean, they're tearing them up. The ground's covered with them. And this is what old people used to hunt by back in them days. Way back in them days. They had fun hunting and they put meat on the table. Beautiful country, I'm telling you. Well, there's a wild target. It's got some iron in it. It goes all the way up to 36. Probably looks like an old, just trash or a nail. Let's see. Well, shotgun shell. Now it's got plastic in it, so let's see what else is here. Shotgun shell. Let's see what that is. Not a paper one, that's for sure. Plastic. Can't believe it's got plastic on it. You can see it's a Peter's High Velocity. It's got plastic on it. I didn't think they made nothing like that in plastic. I always find out something new though. That's what that is. That's what that is. I'll have to look that up better. Mostly the paper. Alright, clean up my mess and moving on. Man, it's really been a hot one today, guys. I really enjoy getting back in these old woods. You just never know what's laying in the next hole. Over time and history, so much time has went by. Cut your iron, and sometimes it'll jump up to a 15. Pinpoint. Don't know. Could be a shotgun shell. Bullet wouldn't show so much iron in it. whatever it is, it ain't short. There you go, there's my problem, a nail. Well, we're gonna move on. Well, here's today's finds, guys. I got awful excited about this one. I thought, well, my goodness, I finally found some silver back in these woods, but no, an old pop can. I had my hopes up. But like I said, if you ain't finding trash, you ain't metal detecting. I don't know if that's a nail or a wire I found. I know that's a nail. Looks like an old square-headed nail I found. How old that thing is, I don't know. Found some old 22 shells, different places. They got a U on them. So nothing special about that. They could be old, but I don't know. And I found thought it was a shotgun shell. Piece of a bullet. Shattered it off. Just a slither of it. It disintegrated. Thought that was a shotgun shell. And on shotgun shells, found an old Winchester Super Speed. You can see the date on it. Not in that great a shape either. It's just all about where they lay. On top of this old ridge. Now here's one I had to clean it up at home. Best I could clean it up. It's a Peters HB. Peters HB. High velocity, 12 gauge. Now they started, you see the date on this. They made these from 1910 to 1927. That's what they say when you look these up. But I also found this one. It's a Peter HB. It's not got as good a metal as that old one, but this don't make sense. Remington took these over in 1934, Peters. Well, what in the world? They didn't start putting plastic in these things to the 50s. So what in the world would that be? This is an old paper. It's a Peters HB 12 gauge. Made in USA. Got a P on it. But so does this one. I can't find a date on this. It's got to be newer. Unless Remington just put a special shell out back in the 50s or 60s to remember these. Some kind of anniversary or something. I don't know. This don't make sense. It don't even have a record of this new. But you see it's new. It don't have the good metal in it. Like the old ones do. This is a puzzle right here. I tried to look this up. I couldn't find this. Said they quit making them in 27. Unless Remington made a, anniversary shell or something, maybe a year or two. I don't know. That is a puzzle. Found another one here. I used to love these old Remington Express. This is a 16 gauge. This could be back in the 70s, 80s. Now they still make 16s, they say, but they're rare and hard to find. I thought they really went away in the late 80s. Well, there you go. But the biggest thing of the day, look here. This is an axe. But I've never seen one split break like that, where the handle goes. Rest of the axe I didn't find hit nowhere. I combed the whole area there scanning and didn't find nothing else. And you can see that thing's been bradded, buddy. I mean bradded. That thing has been through some torment. Look at that. Axe handle broke, it just spread apart. That's all I found of it. As you can see, it's been bradded bad. That's an old axe. I wonder how old that really is. It's been heavily used, I know that. And I found it about 4 inches in the ground. Old rocks. Well, there's today's finds, guys. These old shells they're adding up. We'll make a display here pretty soon. It's a little over half, about half full. Love to find these things, good collectors. Make a display case. Well, guys, there's today's find. I try to get back in these old ridges. It is so hot. It's 90 degrees up there today. So I want to thank you for watching. God bless, and I'll see you next time.